know y'all probably, I know probably y'all, I know a lot of y'all probably be, I know probably, I know a lot of you guys probably been like, where he at? You know what I mean? But I got.
Vacuum seal the pack up. So what that mean? I'm on the road to success. Vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't spelling shit. I'm on the road to success. Vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't spelling shit. I'm on the road to success. 32 3rd Avenue. Real mafia. All my niggas doing things, ain't no stopping us. You never heard of what I do. All these niggas out here playing, I don't need a crew. I can do this shit solo dolo all day. Walk around in the trap, we keep a AK. 30 round on my clip, nigga, I bet I spray. All this shit these niggas talking about, I stay free. These niggas lying on the song, we don't worry about that. All this shit these niggas doing here get wet. Boy, you really wet, boy, we got them big packs. Feeling like trouble in future, but we got them rats. Hey, vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't smelling shit. I'm on the road to success. Vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't smelling shit. I'm on the road.
So before I had any skills, this is before I knew how to cut grass, before I became a landscaper, before I became a merchant, before I really knew how to get my own money, before I became a salesman. I ain't have no skills. I ain't have no skills. To steal was my only skill. That's pretty much all I knew how to do. Different types of stealing, from stealing to robbing to uh 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 um tricking. You know what I mean? Tricking people out of stuff, scamming, tricking people out of stuff, stealing, robbing, taking what don't belong to me, was not rightfully mine. All this kind of stuff. Um, and for the most part, that got me from house to house. Of course, this is what I'm saying is I'm going from house to house. I'm living from place to place, and I do understand that this is my own fault. This is my own doing, and it's unfortunate. So I definitely want to encourage the young guys to make better decisions and build yourself up, man, and have some skills that you can learn how to do something, so you won't end up in a crazy situation. Because when you get older and now you got bills and you ain't got no skills, you ain't got no choice but to start doing something crazy. So I want to say, I think honestly, my father is a klepto. Just naturally, it's in his blood. If he had a choice between stealing and not stealing, he would rather steal something. Because, for instance, like I got him a job one time. My little brother had got me a good job, and in return, I got my father a decent job, a nice job. On this job, we getting paid anywhere from like $900 to $1,200 a week. So with me and him on the job together, we making about, we gonna say about $2,000 a week, and we going from job to job, meaning week to week. You know what I mean? Consistent pay. We on the job one time, and I can't remember exactly where we were, but we were on the job one something. And what we do is we do construction at Walmart. We put up the fixtures in Walmart. So stuff that you see, the bike rack, stuff hanging up on the wall, that's what we do. We construct that. The job is 12 hours a day. Might be like from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. You're gonna have 1 hour break, then you're gonna have two 15-minute breaks. With you're gonna have four 15-minute breaks, which is another hour. So as we working one day, now when you come in on these jobs, pretty much you should bring all the tools that you need. You won't need anything extensive. It might cost you a couple $100. A drill set, an impact and a drill, some sockets, screwdriver, real basic set, tape measure, things like this. Real basic set will get you by, get you through. I had all the tools that we needed. So in an instance like this where one person got all the tools and his partner may not have tools, we still straight, because you can use, I got all the tools that we need. Then when you get paid, you can go buy you a set of tools. on this job, man, when we end up going on break, the Walmart that we're working on, of course, is not completed yet. So we drive to another store. It was like some little. It was a big store, but not a big chain, not a big brand like Harvey's or something of that nature. We go in the store and get whatever it is that we need. I can't remember what the time. And when we come out of the store, I noticed that my dad didn't buy anything. He went in the store with us, but he ain't buy anything. When we come out of the store, he has, I probably even got it. He has a pair of wire, like wire cutters. They like wire cutters, and they got to be no more than about $4 or $5. A real cheap pair. He got that, and then he also showed me this flip out knife, a little small pocket knife that flip out that had my name on it. My name is his name. It had both of our name on it, Jonathan. So he gave it to me. He like, huh, you can have that. He gave me a knife with my name on it. I'm like, I appreciate it. And then I see him, he over in his seat admiring the 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 wire cutters. And now again, I got at least 3 pair of wire cutters in my trunk, in the trunk of my car. So I'm looking, I'm like, you bought those? And he was like, no, man, I ain't buy these. They one but like $3 or $4. I ain't gonna buy nothing like this. But these will go good for, I can't remember what he said, because as soon as he said he ain't buy them, it pissed me off so much. I'm thinking, off the rip, it's just, for me, it's a selfish thought. I'm like, dang, bro, I put my name on the line. I got you the job. I do all the driving. I got us here. It's me, and you stealing. You know what I mean? You could, that. So to me, it was. I don't even remember why he said he stole it. I don't remember what it was about, but I just remember being pissed off the whole day. And even when I talked to my younger brother, we sitting there talking. I'm telling him what's going on, and he like, yeah, yeah. Uh, for the most part, man, my dad could have $1,000 in his pocket. He gonna steal something. If it's a major store, or not a convenience store but a supermarket or something like that, he just gonna steal something. So I was convinced that this one out of necessity wasn't out of necessity. Even though stealing is wrong, when I was doing it, it was never like for the thrill. It would be for survival purposes or whatever the reason may be. So I honestly think that like the stealing was kind of, I almost want to say, bred into me. I ain't gonna use it as no excuse, because I don't think my son is no thief. So I ain't gonna use it as no excuse, but I know my dad is like a real deal clip. So I'm going house to house. I can't get it together. And at this time, I was going from, oh, I know what had happened. Just real short. I went from my mother's house. My mom was, it was me and my mom. I mean, it was me and my son's mom, me and my baby mama, and I got my kid. My kid is about 2 years old. So I went home to mom because I had fell on hard times, but mom was hard times too. You know what I mean? Mom was like, she wanted it was too much. You know what I mean? So I ended up leaving there and going to one of my baby mama's friend's house. Now, when we go to her friend house, my baby mama and her friend about the same age. We got a son. Her friend got a daughter. They about the same age, but her mom ain't that much old. I'm talking about the friend's mom ain't that much older than all of us, and she's still out there doing her thing. She trying to catch up. She got 6 kids, and she out there trying to catch up. Man, she moving and shaking, so she ain't really paying a bunch of attention to her kids. So you got like a little chaos already going on inside of her house. We guest in her house. We ain't paying then really, or might be paying a small number. So it's never in my mind to get comfortable. One day they end up arguing with her friend's mother at the house. I can't remember exactly what it was about. All I remember is thinking and feeling like, man, this lady let us in her house. You see what I'm saying? She like we guess. So if you ask me, under no circumstances, there should be no reason why there would be an argument, because we in her house. So what she say goes. Short of her, harming us physically or doing something, like whatever she say goes. If she got rules, she got rules. If she say I lock my house at 7 o'clock, whoever ain't in the house don't come in. That's her. We got to be in the house at 7 o'clock. We can't come argue talking about, man, who locked the house at 7 o'clock? We don't get off to 9. None of that is going to work. So my baby mama and her friend's mom get to arguing. It blow up bad. I know we gotta go. I done already packed the stuff. I end up calling Unc. I call Unc. The reason why I call Unc is because, honestly, I know he wouldn't turn me down. He wouldn't turn me away. We knew each other in prison. He knew what kind of person that I was, I am, whatever. He called me nephew. And like I said, I just knew, just calling him on the phone and telling him, like, bro, I need you. Can I come through? He ain't gonna turn me down. Unc lived with his wife. His wife named Pam. Pam is really, really nice. Really nice person. She's a Christian, sweet lady. Been down with Unc more than 13, 14. Well, Unc did 13 years in prison and she stayed down the whole time. So they probably I don't know, because I think they got married in prison. So they've been together a long time. Real sweet girl. So it's still game in there, because I'm sure I call Unc like, hey, Unc, man, can I come through and kick it for a minute or whatever? Not letting him know that I got intentions on not leaving, or I need to stay for a little while. You know what I mean? Maybe even when I get over there, I tell him like, hey, Unc, can I crash for the night? We gonna leave or whatever. And again, Unc ain't gonna turn me down. And this is deceptive because, of course, had I knew Pam or asked anybody, like, hey man, can me and my family come crash on your floor until I can find something better? Nobody in their right mind gonna be like, yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? So this bad on my part, this bad on my end. But at the time, I didn't know that Unc was going through what he was going through. So the whole time I've been in prison and known Unc been stand up. I got a lot of respect for him because of his brain. You know what I mean? What he could put together. Again, I told you guys, we were basically, for the most part, we were the heavy hitters at Rivers when I was there. When it came to the marijuana, you had other people doing their little thing, but I'm sure wasn't nobody holding weight like we were. We were getting, anywhere from a half a pound to a pound in, so we could supply people. And Unc was putting this together without using an officer. We getting stuff from Atlanta inside the prison using no officer. And for about 90% of the time, the whole time we doing this, I'm thinking we using some kind of officer. Me not knowing Unc using his wife, and he just got a plan together that's so elaborate. I'm like, dang. So again, it's a lot of respect for him. To me, in my mind, Unc like a genius. So when I get on the street and I call for his help, I don't know that this is not the person that I've grown respect for. The person that I've called on is not the same person that I used to have respect for in prison. This is not the same person that I used to watch put stuff together and make plays and make something out of nothing. Man, listen, when in prison, Unc had if you guys see the Jesus piece guys wear now, it's about this big. Unc had a solid gold Jesus piece. It had to be at least 25 kgs. You know what I mean? But he had a Jesus gold. This is white gold. His was gold. You know what I mean? Solid gold, about this big with a gold chain. I think it was a Figaro, something like. I think that was a little bit more popular. Right, like right now it's the Cubans, but back in the day it used to be the Figaro. So Unc had the thick Figaro with the Jesus head. Listen, to walk around with something like this in prison, it is a major head turner, because people had chains but you could call them necklaces. You know what I mean? They had necklaces. It would be like a little necklace, a little thin necklace with maybe a cross on it or something. Unc had this big solid gold piece with diamonds in it. And when he walk in the room, you can't help but to notice it. Honest to God truth. Even the officers used to be jealous. You could tell when the officers talked to him and when they saw his jewelry that they would be that they would admire the jewelry like, dang, bro, where you get that from, man? How you get that in here? Because again, Unc didn't go to Chow and he didn't leave the dorm that much. So the couple of times he would, Unc might leave the dorm once or twice a month. All his food coming to him. He never went to eat. We got the drug. We got everything. So the couple of times he is seen out outside the dorm fully dressed, people be running up to him, talking to him. Then me, I was like, everybody knew I was nephew, so I had me like a little change. Like I'm telling you, I had me a little change. You could tell I was trying to do my little thing, but Unc was the man. So again, when I get on the street, I don't know that this ain't my same uncle. You know what I mean? Of course, I met him in prison, so I didn't know him before prison. So Unc dealing with substance abuse. Um, Unc was dealing with this before, like I said, before we went to prison. The very first time, the very first time anything even came my way about it was Unc was messing up. And I couldn't figure it out because I had made parole, Unc had made parole. We both like we sit around just talking and dreaming about what we gonna do once we get free. Now we done got free. I done made my steps and my strides to a better life. Unc keep going back to prison. Unc keep going back to jail. 12 months, 3 months, 8 months. I'm like, and I don't understand because I'm telling you, I've been with this man. I lived with him for years. I know that he knows how to operate. To like he know how to keep the heat off of you. If it's a situation where they're gonna be doing drug tests, Unc just not gonna smoke. You know what I mean? He was man, listen, this man is smart. This was I was, man. I had a lot of respect. I tattooed him on this is him right here. Tattooed on. He tattooed on me right here. But he really taught me to hustle. You can't see it. It's that one right there. This one right here. This this is my sister. This is my brother, and this is my brother. That's right there. So I don't know that dealing with substance abuse, right? The first time I heard anything, me and his nephew got close. So me and his nephew calling me but me and his nephew close to the same age, but his nephew, I'm older than him, so he called me now. But back then, he used to just call me white boy. And one day me and Josh were chilling and doing something, and like they made a joke about Maybe we was at house, and they made a joke like, yeah, boy, he done hit one of them big ones. And everybody started laughing. And I'm like, huh? And they like, oh, you ain't know about they like, nah, man, never mind. And I'm like, dang, what you talking about? They were like, nah, man, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And that put it in my mind then, like everybody knew, no matter how much I used to come by and visit. I mean, and I guess it ain't that they business to tell me, but again, everybody know that Unc dealing with substance abuse. Everybody but me. Pam know it, his family know it, Josh know it, everybody know it but me, right? Because when I'm in jail with Unc and we telling these stories, he telling me how his uncle Kojak was he telling me how much dope his uncle Kojak used to sell. He used to sell the dope. He told me that's how he got in trouble, shooting somebody about the dope, about a dope sale. Never once did it ever come up that he had done fall into using the drug. Not only that, but that used to be big when you in jail, in prison. People used to talk about that. They used to be like, boy, y'all ain't nothing but some old J's, man. Y'all done came in here, got dried up, got your weight back, and now y'all think y'all this. As soon as you back on the street, y'all gonna be some dried up old J's. And I used to hear that a lot. I would hear that a lot, man. Never ever thought that the person that I was hanging with or had respect for was one of these kind of dudes. get there to Aunt man. It's cool. Now, when I get to Aunt house, really, which is really Pam house, it's cool because I'm just kicking it with Aunt. I done brought my baby mama in and my son. They done made like a little area in the living room. Me and Aunt just kicking, smoking it, whatever. I'm telling him what's going on, telling him the situation. Like, hey, Aunt, can I crash for the night, man? I'm gonna be gone tomorrow. He like, yeah, cool. It ain't no problem. So I end up wearing that situation out. I ain't gonna lie. I probably was there about 2 weeks. So while I'm there, Unc done started moving. Unc done started moving crazy and acting real funny, right? We'll be in the house chilling. We'll smoke a blunt or something, but even while we smoking the blunt, we might get like halfway through the blunt, and Uncle just seemed disinterested, right? We be smoking the blunt, he'll be like, "Hey, you go, nephew, I'm straight." And that one, that used to be that used to be normal. It would be weird to me because when we were doing time, we both love weed. I know we both love weed, right? And now he'd be like, "I'm straight, nephew," and go in the house. I might hear Unc back there getting on Pam, man. He might be cussing out. I never heard nothing physical, but he might be cussing out, chomping off, and he don't try to hide it. Then he'll come out the room with the still insulting her. He used to just say man, Unc used to, it was like he was trying to be funny, but he would be trying to hurt her feeling at the same time. Like he might come out the room and explain it to her like no. See, they what I'm trying to tell your dumpster head ass. I'm gonna take the car. You gonna stay in there, and then I just be right back. Yeah, I keep telling you that. You act like you don't understand. Irvin, but I gotta go to work at 2. Irvin, it's already 1:45. I normally leave by now. No, I'm coming right back. If you would have let me go ahead and went, I'd already been back with your robot head ass. I keep telling your dumb ass to go in the room and sit down. I come right back. He'll take the keys, go off, do whatever he want to do. When we get alone, like I might go and jump in the car with Aunt. When we get alone, I ask Aunt, I was like, hey Aunt, why you be doing shit like that? I mean, it's your wife, ain't it's your business, but why you be why you be going in on it like that? He was like, man, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, white boy. He said, man, man, that motherfucker's so stupid. He said, man, listen. He said, she's so dumb. He said, she a school teacher. He's like, this is the dumbest motherfucker I done ever met. Again, this girl done years with him, like years on years. She knew about me before I came home because he used to write about me in the letters. My little homeboy, my little nephew, everything. He'd be like, man, she dumb as fuck. She say the stupidest shit. And I would be thinking like, just remembering all the stuff that she used to do for us. Like, bro, she was really the reason why we were keeping pins down there. Pam might have to be to work at 5 in the morning. Aunt might call at 7 o'clock at night and be like, hey, look, I need you to drive down here and do this, do that, and do this and do that. That's a 3-hour drive. So she might get back home at about 4 o'clock in the morning and got to be to work at 5. And she gonna do it. She gonna do it every time. And he still gonna get a letter in the mail that day. Man, listen, she really held Unc down. I don't know if it was from fear or something. I think he even he described it to me one time. It was like she had always been wanting to get with him. She had liked him since they were young. She was crazy about him, right? But he was, like one of the faster guys. You know what I mean? He was handling his business, running the street. She was one of the little good girls, and he never showed her no time of day. Once he ended up getting in trouble, he do what all us street dudes do. We remember the good girl. You know what I mean? We need somebody who gonna hold you down and ride with you. Somebody who really love you more than you love them, or even like them. You know what I mean? So he get her and he married her in prison. I remember when they got married. They got married in prison because to a guy like Unc, you know what I mean? That's solidify you. That's you know what I mean? I got some, that's my other half. I got something to stand on. I'm gonna always have a criminal package. I'm gonna always get my name called in the mail, always go to the store, I'm always get visitation. this is really always have some weed. This is really chain gang kingpin status. You see what I'm saying? So we over there, man. Just he tearing her down. I'm talking about, he talked to her crazy nasty. Told me he don't never have sex with her. He don't even like her like that. She just go for it. So the first time I heard them arguing, I just had to listen for a second, and I could figure out what the argument was about. And I know that that was kind of like not right, or what they would call messy. But again, I'm in a survival mind frame, so I'm sure my thinking was probably along the lines of, with them going through what they going through with this arguing, it takes a little of the attention off of me. Maybe my situation, maybe they ain't thinking about me right now because they got their own problems in house. You see what I'm saying? Just selfish, man. So they arguing. I'm listening to what they arguing about, and Pam is asking Unc about the DVD player, and Unc, he chomping her off. Unc like, man, look, man, fuck that DVD player. That shit don't cost but $20 anyway. We'll get another DVD player. Shit, you were doing what you were supposed to be doing anyway around here. Around here anyway, you won't have time to be sitting around watching no DVD. She'll try to say something back. She'll try to give a rebuttal like, yeah, Irvin, but that's the only DVD player we got. He'll walk out the room like, look, man, don't say nothing else to me about that damn DVD player if I beat your motherfucking ass. And then he'll just continue and answer for whatever he was asking her. Like, just give me this unit. Don't say nothing else about the DVD player. End of the fight. It got to the point where, man, Pam would come in the house, and I know, like, so I asked Unc, could I come over for like a night? He was like, cool. He told Pam I was coming over for a night. It got to the point where, like, she wouldn't say nothing to us, but I know, like, if she would be coming out her room getting ready to go to work, we still right there in the living room. I would play like I'm asleep, so I ain't got to look at her. You know what I mean? She like walk by and she might ask him, like, cause he might be walking to the car with her, drop him off at the store or something. She might whisper to him like, "How long they gonna be here?" He'll be like, "I don't know. Come on, let's keep going." But it's that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That be real disingenuous about the visit. I know. We just really done took over this lady living room. They get to arguing. Pam come out the room and she asking. Well, they don't get to arguing, but Pam come out the room and then she go back. She go in the kitchen and then she go back in the room and she asks him. She like, "Where the toaster at?" And at this point, it's one of the situations where Unc is getting aggravated because he almost like, you know where the toaster at. Quit asking me that dumb ass shit. You know where the toaster at. You just want me to say it. You know what I'm saying? But Pam need the toaster. Unc get on her. Man, fuck that toaster. We don't need no goddamn toaster. I don't know where the toaster at. Where you left the toaster at? She'll be like, Irvin, when I left, the toaster was right there on the counter. Man, I don't know where that toaster at, man. Don't say nothing else to me about no motherfucking toaster. You know when people don't want you at their house when they come home from whatever they doing, from working, from hustling, from hoeing, from whatever they doing, they come home, they barely don't even say nothing to you. They bypass you and go in their room and close the door, and they don't come out no more for the evening. Them folk really don't want you there, man. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, we were down bad, so I got to sit there act like I'm ignoring the signs or don't see the signs, and I'm really an unwelcome, unwanted guest. But Pam really had bigger problems with Unc because Unc going crazy, man. Unc used to do like little crazy stuff. Unc might leave with her, then he'll be gone 4 or 5 hours. He'll come back tired, rested, might go in the room, sleep. Unc, he ain't smelling like nothing. I might get up and make something to eat, and he'll eat. And then Unc be talking about he be trying to put together some kind of plan, like a plan for payday money. We go out and smoke, like, so we go out into like the little breezeway right outside, respecting the house. Pam didn't want us smoking in the house. We go out in the little breezeway and we smoke, talking about what we gonna do, how we gonna get it on. My baby mama was still driving all the way to she driving all the way to Hampton. That girl was driving all the way to Hampton. She was driving all the way up 1941 to the McDonald's that she worked at to go to work. And then she'd get off work and drive all the way back down to Covenant Highway in Stone Mountain. No insurance on the car. And she did this for about 2 weeks straight and didn't get caught. I'm praying the whole time. Every time she get ready to come home, I'm praying the whole time. She never got caught. So we'd be like out in the breezeway smoking, waiting on my baby mama to come home, doing whatever. The lady that lived next door, like in the apartment across from us, she come out one day. One day I think I speak to her. I think she spoke. We do this again, and she come out another time, and when she come out, she kind of like talking, but she ain't. I'm thinking maybe she on the phone. So I speak to her, and she don't say nothing, and she just keep walking. So I'm thinking like, maybe she on the phone and she ain't hear me. So she keep on going. Now I don't think nothing of it because you know what I mean. She on the phone. I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm sitting on the steps closer to the door to the apartment that we in. I don't think nothing of it. That night when she come home, it's the same attitude. She come home, I try to speak to her, and like she almost started a fight with me. She's saying something is almost like she talking in the phone, but she like, yeah, every time cause I had spoke to the lady and she ain't say nothing. And she like, yeah, every time I come around, they just sitting around out here. They need to just go on the hell on where they just go on where they go. So again, like I said, I'm not paying attention to what she's saying because I'm thinking she's on the phone. But when I hear what she's saying, now I zero in on her because I realize she's talking about me. And out of nowhere, like I'm upset because I didn't know that we even had a problem. I don't know this lady. I ain't never seen this lady from a can of paint. But the stuff that she's saying now is referring to me. Yeah, they need to just go on home. They ain't got nothing around here. They ain't got nothing going on around here. They need to just go on. When she was doing that, I decided right then in my head, I gotta get even. And the reason why, and I got this bad, dirty way of thinking is because first of all, my thinking is jaded, and I'm angry, and I'm lacking. I don't even know that I'm in survival mode, but I'm in a survival mode, a survival mode. I got this mentality that no one would do something to me without me doing something back to them, whether it got to lead to police and jail or what. But if you started, there's gonna be a response. Now, with a dude, that's cool because it don't matter however a dude started, I can take it there. If you want to fight, we can fight it out. If you want to do something past that, we can do something past that. With females, it was always like more tricky, more problem because I can't just go up and like with a dude, I walk up and cuss him out like, what you were saying? And if he act like he gonna say something, I smack him before the words come out of his mouth. Wow. You see what I'm saying? But you can't do that to a female because you're gonna have 10 more charges than you would have had on that dude. On that dude, you're gonna get a battery or a simple battery. On this female, you finna get crucified. Domestic violence, battery, cruelty to children. Ain't need no kids out there. You getting cruelty to children in the first, second, third, and fourth degree. You getting public menace. You getting public this, public that. But so you cannot do that. You can't walk around putting your hand to the women. So my problem is now I'm like, dang, I ain't did nothing to the lady. She cussing me out. I got something for her. I'm gonna get her back. I just don't know how, right? Man, we get up the next morning, same thing. Unc tripping, he want Pam to do something for him. He want her to, he cussing Pam out. I look down and I notice, because Unc leave every day, be gone 5-6 hours. He don't never got an explanation to where he going. Unc bring it to me that we should start selling yay. I'm like, cool, because basically he's saying we can still crack the same way we sold weed on the, we get some money up, buy us some work, and you know what I mean? We could do that. I'm like, cool. That sounds like a pretty good idea. I'm a pretty good salesman. It didn't work. We tried it. We got some, and Unc would leave to sell the crack and come home with nothing. Unc would come home with a story, man. He'd come home with a story about how this happened and how that happened. I remember at one point, Unc was like having a birthday or something, and they ain't have no money. And me and Unc wore the same size shoes. So I had a pair of LeBron James. They were some bull. Some LeBron James Nike Air Force Ones that I didn't like. So I gave them to Unc. He liked them. He used to wear them. I look up one morning when Unc came in from the street. Unc ain't got no tennis shoes. He got the Nike Air Force One LeBron James on. I mean, the LeBron James Nike Air Force Ones on, but he ain't got no shoestrings. And for the life of me, I can't figure out what kind of deal he done had to do that required his shoestrings. I can't figure it out. I'm like, how you? What kind of deal mean you? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Like, anyway, like this, what I'm saying. All kind of weird stuff was just happening. I'm coming back one day. You know, I used to have some. I had something going on every day, so I would leave the apartment and then I would come back. I'm coming back one day. I think I was actually riding with my brother. I think I was actually riding with my brother or my best friend or one of them. And as we riding back into the apartment, we look on the side, you know, as we ride in the apartment, I see, as we riding up, I see he just standing out like a day how it is a day. It's beautiful. I see he just standing outside. And I can't tell what he doing. He just in the grass. He kind of like shuffling, looking. He just standing there. He got like a tank top on, but he got like a little towel. He keep, you know what I mean, hitting over his shoulder, doing like this. He ain't really doing nothing. He ain't on no phone and that. He just standing there. But I can't see what he doing because he's like off to the side. So as I'm riding closer and riding closer, like as I'm keep going down the street, now he coming to be like in front of me, and I see he got on the ground in front of him is the white microwave from the apartment, and it got a piece of paper taped to it, and it say the paper got $20 on there on the microwave, and he just standing in front of it. So he literally selling the microwave with a $20 piece of paper that say $20 on it right in front of the house. And I mean, he looking like he ain't got no shame. He don't even know this me. He don't even know it's me at the time. So I get out. I get out the truck slow. I'm looking. I'm like, what you doing? He like, oh shit, ain't nothing, nephew, man. Ain't nothing, man. We don't need this motherfucker, man. I'm getting rid of this bitch. I'm like, the microwave? He like, hell yeah, man. We don't need this shit, man. I'm gonna get rid of this motherfucker. I was like, all right, So me and Unc out there one day, we go out there, same thing happened. The lady, we go outside to smoke. This one morning, we go outside to smoke. Everybody then went to work. The lady come out. We don't say nothing to her. She don't say nothing to us. She get in her car. You know, I look back out. I'm watching her get in her car. When she get in her car, we mugging each other. As she bagging out to go where she going, we mugging each other. Again, I'm confused because I don't even know why we enemies. Maybe she just feel like y'all don't live over here and y'all just over here now or whatever, but that ain't your business. So we enemies. All right, cool. I asked Unc, I'm like, hey, Unc. I'm like, you want to pull a lick? He like, yeah, what you got in mind? I'm like, man, I'm finna handle some business, man. I'm like, just keep watch out for me. He like, all right, bet. So I'm like, shoot, man. You know what I mean? The lady been tripping with me. Unc don't know that, man. The lady going through this, right? I'm like, the lady been tripping with me for no reason, man. I'm finna go in there and see what she got. I'm like, all right, bet. Now I'm gonna tell you something about when you're stealing and doing crime and all that. When you stealing and doing crime and trying to sneak around this and get around that, a lot of stuff like get weird. A lot of stuff won't make no sense. For instance, like I told Unc, because the spot that I'm finna hit the lady house, and she right across from hallway. She right across the hallway from us, which is way more than stupid, way more than preposterous. But in my head, I'm also thinking, I'm right across the hallway. Who gonna suspect us? Who gonna suspect me, right? You gonna suspect something else. You ain't gonna suspect your neighbor. So it could work either way. So I tell Aunt, look, man, when I leave out the door, go on, lock the door and just watch for me, watch for me, make sure ain't nobody coming. Aunt supposed to be in the apartment looking out the blinds and looking out the peephole, making sure he don't see nobody coming or walking or whatever. And this is what I mean by you do stuff that's crazy, because like now he watching me do this, but he inside with the door locked. And the reason for that being is if anybody come, I could just run back in the house and abort mission. It's the fastest getaway that I've ever had to do. But Aunt down with the lick because he joning or zoning or joning or whatever it is, he want to get high. So he with whatever kind of petty stuff I got going on, right? I'm like, bet, we ready. I back up. I take a step or two. And like I said, I got a lot of stories that I can't tell you guys about. So just know that I know what I'm doing. I take a step or two, 1, 2 step. Boom! Soon as I hit the door, I'm in there. Boom! I'm in there. Soon as I hit the door, I'm in there. I hear the door open behind me. I'm coming down behind me. First thing I do, ain't nothing but a little one-bedroom apartment, probably smaller than this garage. I look around, ain't nobody in the house. Ain't nobody in there nowhere, right? This mud trashy, it's junky. When I go into one bedroom, it's clothes everywhere. It's like a mattress on the floor and clothes all over it. It ain't made up. I see a little flat screen TV. And this at a time when flat screen TVs were like hot, they were new. So you could get $400-500 for a flat screen TV on the street. This particular flat screen was different. I ain't gonna say how it was different. It was different, but it was one that I had never seen. I say how, man, it been a long time. This flat screen was first thing through my head is grab the TV, because that's automatically like $300. So I grab the TV, I run across the hallway, and I go back. Now, this the part that I forgot to tell. When I hit the door, soon as I hit the door, boom, an alarm went off. Now, it probably was louder in my head than it actually was in real life, but my adrenaline up, I'm nervous. Soon as I hit the door, the alarm go off. Boop, 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 boop. It's doing that, right? But it's real weak. If you ever heard like a fire detector, like if that new fire detector go off, it's like screaming and urging and hurt your ear, like yeah. But a older fire detector is like would be a little bit dull, almost like it's about to go out, like you know what I mean? Hers is like it's loud, but it's like real weak, man. You can it's easy to drown it out, but it's loud. As soon as I hit the door, boom, the alarm go off. As soon as I hit the door, boom, the alarm went off. When the alarm go off, I run back in Aunt house. As soon as the alarm go off, I run back in Aunt house. Me and Aunt looking out the window. I'm looking at the door. I'm looking at the peephole in the door to see if the police gonna run up and see if anybody coming to check, see what going on. Nothing. Aunt is at the curtains. He looking out the curtains at the front of the neighborhood. No movement. Ain't nobody came. Ain't nobody just came down and they rolled to look like, is everybody okay? I'm talking about no movement. It's bright in the daytime. No movement. We stay in there for about like 10 minutes. Alarm just going off. Just looking. Nothing. No movement. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, dang, man, I could have been in and out of there 2 times already before anybody came, because when I kicked it, I ain't expect the alarm to go off. I could have been in and out 2 or 3 times already, right? Man, I stay there about 10 more minutes, don't nobody come. Like I said, that's when I run in and I do my thing. I get the TV, Aunt come in behind me. We do our thing, right? I want to say about like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the alarm's still on. We done left. I want to leave the neighborhood. I done left the neighborhood, walked to the store, did this, did that, because I don't want to be here all day when, what's discovered get discovered. I want to be able to say, nah, I left for a little while. When I came back, door still open, alarm still going off. I'm thinking like, man, what the heck kind of apartments is these? You know what I mean? Don't nobody, if you were dying in there, it'll just be over with for you. That alarm stayed going off all the way to about 6 o'clock till this lady came home. When she came home, when she got ready to come home, we in the house looking. We in the house looking at the peephole when she came home. She came home, went in the apartment, came out mad, cussing, but she looking right at our door. We looking at her through the peephole, but she looking at our door cussing. I know them effer did it. They don't live over here, and I know them motherfucker did, and I know. And she walking back and forth through the breezeways, and it's making my day. Just the fact that she is so upset, you know what I mean? I'm talking about I'm having the time of my life. I'm like, yeah, boy. Unc gone. He done gone and did whatever he wanted to do with the little change or whatever, you know what I mean? Unc out on one of his little escapades. This lady here going crazy. She done called the police. Police still ain't came. It been a whole hour and a half. Police still ain't came. But she know we had did that. She know I had did that, man. And again, I justified it saying to myself, she made me an enemy for no reason. See what I'm saying? So I was the enemy, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I ended up leaving. I stayed there about a week more and ended up leaving house shortly after that, man. So I just want to say, I want y'all to be better than me, man. Make better decisions than I made. Do better things than I did. Again, I was house to house, and the crazy part about it was that's the reason why I named this video Chaos, because when I look at each little individual part of what was going on at that part of my life, it was absolute chaos. Now, when I'm in it, when I'm living it, it don't look like that. If I had like a father figure or a father that was looking down over me, then they could tell me, boy, this is crazy. You got a kid, your baby mama out here in one city, you living in another city, you ain't got no job, you ain't got no skills, you trying to sell dope, you been to prison, you ain't in nobody college, you ain't in nobody school, nobody trade school, you ain't on nobody truck. Bro, this is crazy, bro. You got to slow down. Like when you look at you stealing from people, you hot-headed, you're angry, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have nobody to, you know what I mean? And it ain't nobody's fault, don't get me wrong. But like I said, I made a lot of mistakes, a lot of bad decisions. See what I'm saying? And I end up getting away from that. You know what I mean? I just end up getting on up out of there. And then the crazy thing about it is, while I don't know if she was lying or not, but she came back out the house. She came back out the house with like an envelope, and she was waving the envelope back and forth. Like I said, that's how I knew. I'm 100% sure she knew that it was us, or she thought she was 100% sure that it was us, and me, and she was right. But she came out waving an envelope, talking about, yeah, the doggone rent, $700 was right under the mattress. Yo, y'all, you ain't even look under the mattress. You missed the money. Y'all took the bullshit. You missed the money, stupid ass. And I remember when she said that, and I remember thinking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I missed the money. I believed her when she said it. She probably was for real. You know what I mean? She just wanted to make me feel like even worse of a person than I already was. Not only am I stupid and a criminal, I mean, not only am I homeless and a criminal, but I'm stupid too. I done did the robbery and didn't even get the money. You know what I mean? Well, not a robbery. Let me take that back. I've been charged with robbery before. You know what I mean? But I done hit the lick and didn't even get the money. But listen, man, I appreciate y'all for staying with me. Again, that story is over 15 years old, so I'm sure the statute of limitations done ran out on it and nobody got hurt. And I will not disclose where that happened at. So there will be no records of that. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. Hit the like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and make better decisions. I'll see y'all later.